This is ContactTalkRadio.com. Consciousness in action. And you are taking action into your consciousness by tuning into Contact Talk Radio.
And on TuneIn.com, Ping.fm, and UpSnap Mobile.
Contact Talk Radio.
Welcome to Spiritual Psychic with Sarah Wiseman, where you'll learn how to unlock the secrets of spiritual intuition and your own psychic gifts. Here's Sarah.
Hey everybody, I'm Sarah Wiseman. Welcome to our November Divinestrology 2021. And today our topic for the month is about welcoming change. You're like, well, we've been through so much change already. I'm not sure I really want to welcome anymore, but here we are, November 2021, welcoming change. Change is always, the guides are informing us, the myth of security, stability, of things remaining as they once were or always have been. These are projections of the mind created to stem fear. In truth, everything changes, and when you accept this, your experience of life is easier. By this, we mean you experience less suffering. Change is here now, and more is coming. From your past experiences, you already know that whenever you move through time and space, the reality around you shifts. The people, the places, the circumstances, the events, your body, your mind, your emotions, all of these are in constant change. Recall that everything changes always except the soul. The soul is infinite and always and only one. So we have this idea that everything is changing except for the soul, infinite, always, endless, one, is something that can never change. Hold this understanding that reality shifts, consciousness remains. Time and space and people and places and experiences and body and mind and emotions, all of these change continually and forever. Yet the soul is unchanging, infinite, expanded, one. So, as more changes show up in your life, and this is what is happening now, or what is about to be happening soon. And again, yes, we've all been through so much change. As more changes show up in your life, your understanding will help. You are the changing and the changeless, the human and the soul self. So if you feel like you want things to go back to the old way, to the way before, or to how things were, know that this is not possible and not even desirable. And this can be a little confusing because we sometimes think if it was, back to the good old days, or before this happened or before that happened. And the guides are saying that it's not possible to go back. Our lives are going forward in time from birth until death. That's what our lives, this lifetime is about. So we can't go backwards. It's not possible. We can't return to relationships. We can't return to places. Even if we do return, we can't return to jobs. Even if we do return, the people we are now, we're different than we used to be. We've grown and changed. So even if we return to the same setting or the same organization or the same relationships, we have changed. We can't go back. And so they're also saying that it's not possible to go back, and it's not even desirable. We're meant to continue going forward in our lifetimes, experiencing new things. We're meant to continually be learning. If you think of a kid You don't want a kid to repeat third grade 8 times. This doesn't serve anyone. You want a child to be moving forward in their understanding. The same with us as adults. We don't just, I'm an adult now, so I've stopped learning. No, our lives are this continued progression of expansion. And if we get to a stuck place, that's a sign that things need to change, that we need to change, that we need to continue on this path of expansion. All of you, they say, and by this we mean you, capital Y, are making your way through the gateway of the Aquarian age, and this passage cannot happen without profound change. You are journeying from one awareness to the next, individually and collectively, and the journey is uncharted. Humans have not walked this path before. You will face many new experiences and be called to many new understandings, and these are present now and readily unfolding in your current reality. You will face many new experiences. We certainly know that. Certainly none of us expected the last few years to unfold as they did, and be called to many new understandings. And so this is the point that is our choice, right? We can go to the experience and be like, I don't know what this experience is. Get me out of here. I want to go back to how things were. Or we can say, this is a new experience, and what is it that I'm going to learn from this? Or what solace am I being offered in this new experience? We can approach things not only with beginner's mind, but like this curiosity, like, what is this life about? And what, in this limited time that we have on the planet, what are we gonna grow? How are we gonna go from the really small prescribed understanding to this expanded experience of consciousness? How are we gonna do that? And every single piece of life event thrown at you is the universe helping you to create this expansion. Perhaps they say you feel you have journeyed enough in these last years. Perhaps you would like a break or a rest or some respite from the continual newness that doesn't make sense or fit into the picture of what you think you want. Or maybe it just feels too hard. We suggest, this is the guides, a pause, not the pause that comes from being restricted or confined or stuck or stopped. Instead, the pause you take consciously when you decide to stop, surrender, and let go. Today, for one moment, you might imagine yourself on the river of flow. Maybe you're on a boat or a yacht or a raft, or perhaps you're swimming, barely keeping your head above water. The river is around you and you can see it is always changing. Sometimes the current is gentle and not much effort is required, and sometimes the current is rough and you have to struggle to stay afloat. You never know what lies ahead as the river twists and turns, always taking you through time and space to a new experience. Of course, your experience is happening now. It's not around the bend. It's here now in the sparkling or murky water, beside the sloping or steep bank with others or alone. You're always here on this river that is this lifetime. If you feel stuck or resistant or afraid, remember, these feelings are projections of mind, ego, personality. Are you trying to fight the river, demanding that things return to how they once were, or insisting the future forms a certain way? This is your mind, ego, personality, out of touch with the soul, and this is you outside of one, and this is you suffering. So whenever you're trying to fight what's happening, or you're demanding that things are a certain way, this is you suffering. Take a pause, let go, be carried. The river will rush around you, carrying you to your next part of the journey, whether you fight or surrender, resist or relax. I want to repeat that. The river will carry you, whether you fight or surrender, whether you resist or relax. So you're going to be carried regardless of the fight you put up or the way you suffer through it. And so when you surrender, when you trust and when you allow, even and especially when you do not know what is around the bend, and even, psychics, future seers, we see what's around the bend to a certain level, but then some things we don't see. And too, all of you guys who are psychic also, you see some, you don't see all, you don't get the whole picture, you get the little piece that shows you. Don't get the whole grand scheme of how everything will play out, because what would be the fun of that in this life, right? If we just had a map of, okay, in the next 5 minutes and 10 minutes, and here's your life, and enjoy. That's not useful to anyone. The universe, when you don't know what's around the bend and you just relax, when you relax, the universe can move you faster and further with greater ease. And as you are being carried along in flow, become aware of your experience. What do you notice? How are you connecting? What signs and synchronicities are showing up? What is the universe whispering in your ear? How are you being guided? How do you feel? What are you learning? How is your heart opening? Relax, surrender, and pay attention. Thank you so much for listening to Divinestrology November 2021. As you know, I do this monthly, and I do a big annual forecast for the year ahead. If you'd like to get on the list to get it free to your inbox, go and sign up down below, or if you'll figure it out, go to the website, sarahwiseman.com, and you can get on the list to get this report to your inbox. And as you know, we offer tons of self-study and study with me for those of you who are interested in going further on this path. Thanks for listening.